Hi, this is Emma, and here's my week 10 video review. So the first general topic was the school of food. So many schools have some sort of focus, like a religious school or an art school or a language school, so why not make one centered around food? It sounds kind of funny at first because we don't usually think of food as being, like an intellectual subject, sort of, but if you think about it, there are many learning opportunities, such as gardening, cooking, design, experimental design, writing reports, and so much more related to food. We also watched another TED Talk about education in America and how ironic it is that the No Child Left Behind Act was created to give students the support that they need in order to succeed, yet the dropout rates in the United States are higher than any other country. And then one more topic that we discussed was the video about the global food ecosystem. So the speaker shared some worrisome statistics that showed that our food system is actually value destroying, meaning that we spend even more money on the lingering negative effects caused by food on people's health and the climate. But afterwards, she encouraged us that we do have the knowledge and the means of implementing solutions, just that we need to actually do it. Now moving on to the articles. So our first article, written by Professor Nansen, was the one to do with the School of Food. One of the main showcases was the project that his daughter Molly was working on. So in this project, she essentially carried out her own experiment with research related to learning about cabbage. And it's such a simple vegetable that she hadn't really known that much about. But doing this, she learned more things about it and also acquired some skills. And this is a great idea that all other students could benefit from trying, because it is a fun and engaging way to gain practical knowledge and useful skills. The second article was about the different impacts participating in urban gardening had on people, and their findings were that for the most part, people liked it most of all for having access to fresh produce, but also to know where their food was coming from, and it wasn't mostly for a cost benefit or anything like that. The last article that we read in class was a study that was conducted where participants would be given materials to start their own home garden, and then they would report on their experience and if it had an impact on their lifestyle. The results were great, and they reported feeling a lot healthier after having a home garden. However, a problem with the study was that it was mostly qualitative data, not quantitative, and so there could be a lot of bias and we can't really trust the results. And then for my chosen article, it was about the weight loss benefits of home gardening. So they measured it both for men and for women by comparing the difference in BMI to neighbors who were not gardening, and the results were that they found that it was a significant difference, and that the difference was slightly greater for men than women, but it was about the same. And now for the takeaways. One takeaway was obviously that if we offer students more freedom in how they learn, instead of focusing on how well a teacher is teaching, that everyone will benefit from this, because there's no way that a teacher can fulfill everyone's individual needs. And one more takeaway from this week, which goes along with takeaways from previous weeks in class discussions, was that no matter how involved or how not involved we are with the food system, there is always something we can do to help change it and hopefully fix some of these problems. And now, lastly, how this can relate to what students are interested in. This topic relates mostly to students who are interested in becoming primary or secondary school teachers, as well as those who are leaders in developing school curriculums. Working together, they will determine the direction of education in the future and be able to make changes in both subjects taught and also the way that they are taught to create a better learning environment for students.